Any question in yesterday's session that was HTML? Please type your question, query, anything in the chat itself, Google Meet.
Another thing, some were asking about the recording and the PPT. You will get the recording and the PPT in a message after the session each day. I guess we have Sahib Singh on board with now currently. So if someone have any doubts regarding yesterday's session, he or she can ask him. Manjeet, Sahib, there is a question from Dhruti. If you are available, you can take that. And Manjeet, can you ask a question on the chat box, or it is difficult to ask on the chat box?
So coming to the Dhruti question, Dhruti, you have to have an image that you want to create an favicon. Then you can apply the image directly as a favicon, and there are especially some favicon generators, and they generate a file known as .ico with extension .ico, and that's it. I think I have resolved your query. If not, please type it.
Can you please type a question?
I have made Manjeet the co-host, so he can simply speak. And ask
Okay, Manjeet, you can unmute and
hello. Sir, I'm audible.
Yeah, you are audible.
सर आई डोंट हैव डाउट्स ऑन टुमारो क्लास, पर सर मुझे एक जनरल डाउट है. जैसे सर मैंने ना यहाँ पे गेम डेवलपमेंट का कोर्स किया हुआ है नाइटी जलंधर का ही. तो सर उसमें एक यूनिटी ऐप से हमें करवा रहे हैं. तो सर बेसिकली जैसे हम ये जो आप ये CSS और जावास्क्रिप्ट करवा रहे हो, वो उसमें यूनिटी में यूज होगा या नहीं होगा, या कुछ अलग है ये इसमें?
Sahib, any one of you can take this question.
Manjeet, actually, we are not doing the game development with Unity part. We are only doing it in the web itself, as web is easily accessible for everyone. And this is the main reason why. That's why we have only the web this time. We can have the Unity part in our next event. So,
basically, what difference we have in that web or Unity one?
In Unity, you have to specifically learn the languages like C hash, and they are somewhat difficult than the HTML, CSS. So this is the main difference in learning them.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Sahib, Kirti Singh asked that how to add next file in the submit button.
Actually, we can do it in we can add an anchor tag in button tag itself, and then that HTML, then anchor tag will be referred to the next file link that we want. Please explain it. We can do that, Kirti. And that we can just copy paste the address of from the Chrome and paste it in the anchor tag, and that's totally fine. But you have to paste it in the href attribute, not just in the content of the anchor tag. Actually, I think you can DM any of one of the admin in that group. We will see to it.
Okay, Kirti, if we allow you to present in the end of the session, would you be comfortable in doing that? If that, we will take some doubts like from yesterday's session, those who are trying to build some websites or some other thing, and then Sahib will answer them. Right? That would be great, right?
Yes, that's totally fine.
Sure.
If you use the title tag for that in the head tag, then it will surely be changing. Avantika, I am answering your question.
But Taran, I guess we are closing to 9:10, so let's just start. What do you want? Avantika, in this end of the session, we will also take you. You will present and show what's exactly the problem you're facing. Okay? That would be great, Avantika. Till that time, I would like to request everyone to please rate how was yesterday's session. Like out of 10, how would you rate yesterday's session? Everyone, Okay, I would like to ask Manjeet. I guess he has rated 11. So Manjeet, for what special thing you would like to give us one extra mark? Like, if it was a written test, I would take it as a 1 mark for good extra and good for extra good handwriting. So just if you are comfortable.
You can unmute yourself and just give the reason.
सर ऐसे ही अच्छा लगा सर, मतलब क्लास में सर सीपी लगा सर अच्छा नहीं लगता, पर ऐसा अच्छा लगा सर, इसलिए मैंने 11 नंबर दे दिए, मतलब एक्स्ट्रा देना सही रहता।
Okay, okay, cool for that.
यस सर, जो चैट में लिखा वो भी एक हो सकता है रीजन।
Okay, we will start the presentation at 9:50 at 9:15 exact. Okay, so we still have 3 minutes for some time more for interaction. So I would just request everyone to drop their name of the colleges from where they are, if you're comfortable in sharing that. Butaran, I guess we should start now. Like they are waiting for a long time.
Yeah, we can start.
So, hello everyone, a very warm good evening to all of you present over here. Thank you for being on board on the second day of the bootcamp. First of all, I would like you to introduce to our speaker for the day. Her name is Ismeet or Chawda. She is a wonderful coder, a full stack web developer, a hardworking coder, and has been working with Accenture for the last 10 months. Without any further delay, I would like to give the stage to Ismeet. Just a little housekeeping before we kick off. If you have any question during the presentation, you can just type your query in the Google Meet chat box. We'll bring them up during the presentation if it's a very like relatable time. Otherwise, we will take your question at the end of the session. Now, I would like to request Smith. You can start sharing your screen, and I will stop you. And more ways.
Hello. Yeah, is my screen visible?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so hi everyone. This is the second day of the session, and I hope you all are excited too for that. And so, first of all, what do you mean by CSS? Can anyone tell, like in the chat box? Do you know anything about? So, meanwhile, I will be going through the table of contents. So, first we will be introducing the CSS. Then we'll be telling about CSS building blocks. Then the box model. Then the styling, which is basically for text and backgrounds. Then we have some properties. So now, okay, so it's a cascading style sheet, nice, and used to design HTML. Okay, and okay, to give it some style, yeah, basically. So you can already know that. Okay, so CSS, the full form only says that it's cascading style sheet. So from style sheet, we can know that it's used for styling. So what we can style using CSS is, we can style the web pages using CSS, and we can and unlike the HTML, so HTML is just used to create the content of the website, and CSS is used to style those contents. So we can use CSS to control the layouts of the web pages. So a website is basically we can make a website using multiple web pages. So these web pages are made with HTML. That is the basic contents of the web pages are made up of HTML. Then we can just style this HTML content using the CSS. So we can easily control the layout of multiple web pages at all once. So that's why it is easy to maintain and it saves time, because we can just write a simple line of code in CSS and we can control the layout of multiple web pages, not the single one only. So, okay, so before that, I'll just share with you that why CSS is important. So, so this is my, okay, so I'll just open my Firefox once. Okay, so from here I'm going to Amazon website, right? Okay, so here we can see it is an Amazon website. So we can it is very beautifully styled, and we can easily see where our cards, where we can sign in, and everything. Okay, now I'll just remove the style from here. I've just went to view, and then I will just stop. I will change the page style to no style. Okay, so here. So now I've just removed the CSS from here, and see it's not looking good, and we cannot find what we want. Like if we want to see a card, see card is here, but we have to search from here. Like if, okay, so here's the card. So if I'll go into the card, see here is also it's not looking good, and I cannot easily see what I want, and it's not at all good. So I will change it again to okay, I'll switch on the CSS once. See, now it's looking good, right? So that's the magic of the CSS. So basically CSS is used to like style the HTML pages. So now, okay, so we can, it's style sheet, that we can know. But why the term cascading is used? So in CSS, multiple styles can be applied to a particular document. So the browser, we are basically using it like a web pages we are making, right? So this we are opening it in a browser. So we are basically making an HTML page and we are opening it in a browser to see the content of it, to see what we have made. So this browser will interpret the style in the top to down fashion. So the style rules can be set up site-wide and are overridden by the styles rule located within individual pages. So we all know that we have already understood that why CSS is style sheet, because it is used for styling. Okay. So why the term cascading is used? So cascading is basically the like in CSS, multiple styles can be applied to a particular document, and the browser will interpret these styles in the top-down fashion. So this top-down fashion is basically called as cascading. So we can say the style which rules which are set up site-wide are overridden by the style rules which are located within individual pages. So we can say the styles which are more specific are having more priority than the style which are least specific. So coming to an example, and okay, so see here I have a basic HTML, and here I am having one heading and 3 paragraphs naming this 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so I will just what I will do is first, okay, let me comment of this one. Okay, so this is for a whole body. Okay, this is to select the whole body. So first of all, I am giving a background color here as blue, and then the color is white. So we can see the output here. So here's the output. So the background color is blue and the color is white. Now I'm being more specific. So now I'm selecting the paragraph. So I'm changing the background color of the paragraph as pink. So see. So here, rest of the things are as it is, but the background of the paragraph is changed to pink. Likewise, I can do it as I can select a heading and I can just change the color, that is the text color, to red. So see. Okay, so here. So the output is red. So the text color is red. But for the paragraph, I haven't changed the text color. That's why it's white only. Because for body as a whole, I'm giving it as white. So if I am becoming more specific, then this one is overriding the least specific one, you can say. So this is the cascading. Okay. So next we are going to the pros and cons. So there are many advantages of CSS, like we can control the design of multiple pages all at once, and like if I want to change the background color of one page, then I can do it easily. But if I want to change the background color of multiple pages, I can just link the same CSS file to all of them, and I can change the background color. And also we have disadvantages, that is different browsers may interpret the style sheets in a different way. So we can say some of the styles are not supported by some of the browsers. So that we can see from here. So this one. Okay, so this one is a website. Okay, just a second. Now. So this one is the website which we can use to check that. This is caniuse.com, and now I'm going to background. I'm searching the background. Okay, so see, if I will check the background, then I'll get multiple options. So first is this CSS background blend mode. So I can see this is the attribute which is supported by this many of the browsers and this many versions of the browsers. So I can check this and I can just use it accordingly. Okay. So now coming to styling or coming to syntax, we have CSS is a rule-based language basically. So we have one we will be selecting one tag, and in which we are selecting the property and we are giving a value, so that we can give it a style. Okay. So here I am selecting I'm giving a tag which is called as selector, which means what we are trying to select. Okay. And this can be like H1 or the paragraph tag P or H6, which is again a heading tag. And these are the property. Here I can give a color or the background color or the borders Okay, so here this is the value. So this is the property and this is the value. So here I am giving the color as red. So the content which is in the h1 tag will be red in color. Okay. So now CSS building blocks. So the structure of CSS. So we have seen CSS selector is the first part of CSS rule, which we have seen earlier. So there are three types of selectors. First is the tag selector, which we already know, like body, the paragraph tag, then headings, then anchor tag, region, span. After that, we have two more selectors, which are ID selector and class selector. So, first of all, we'll be discussing ID selector. So, ID selector is basically used to select a specific element. And the ID of an element is a unique within a page. So within a page, an element will be having only a single ID, not more than that. Okay. And to select the element, this ID selector is written as hash, and after that the ID of the element. Okay. And next we are moving to CSS class selector. So to select the element with a specific class, we can just write a period or a dot, and after that the class name. So let's see an example of it. So this is my VS Code, and I'll just go to the selector and see here. So here I have I have taken two paragraphs. Okay, having the IDs. Okay. Just let's having the ID as para 1 and the second paragraph having the ID as para 2. So this is how we can give a ID to an element and a tag or element. Okay. And we have a h1 element which is heading. Okay, so I'll just show you the. Okay, I'll just go live again and I'll just show you the output of this. Okay, this must be fine. So see, so here I have given the para 1. So ID is we are using hash before the ID name. Okay, so here para 1. So I've given it as background color is blue. So here it came the background color is blue for the first paragraph. Then for second paragraph, I've given the color, which is the text color, as red. So here it came. But for H1, the output is not there. So can you guys guess why it's not there? Okay.
Anyone in the chat box?
Yeah, in the chat box.
Ismail, once again, you can repeat the question.
Okay. Okay. So what I was asking is, see, here I am having background color. For para first, I am having background color as blue. Okay. And for para 2, I am having background color, text color as red. But see, if I am giving the ID para 1 as well as para 2 to this one, I should be getting the text color as red and the background color as blue for this, right? But I am not getting it. Why? Anyone guess? Okay. Okay. So. Okay. So this is because. Okay. Let me give the same example for class first.
Yes, you're audible.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let me give the same example for class first. Here for class we are using dot or a period. So I'm changing it to period and I'm giving it as class. Okay. So I've changed it all as class. Okay. So now I'm showing you the output. See here. So so for the first paragraph, we have the background color as blue. Okay. And for second paragraph, we have the color, that is the text color, as red. And for the heading as well, we have the background color is blue because of the class para 1 and text color is red because of the class para 2. Okay. This I'm getting here. But if I will do the same for class, for ID, then I'm not getting the output. Can anyone tell why? Okay, let's tell you once I'll change it. Anyone?
They are typing in the chat itself.
Okay, I can just, okay, I'm seeing it. ID is unique and cannot be used once. Nice. Only one ID should just and then it should be. Okay, you are listening. Okay, you are listening to me. That means, yeah, nice. So correct answer. So I've told you earlier that this ID is unique for an element. So we cannot give two ID for a single element. That's why we are not getting the output for that one. Okay. So next, adding CSS. So I think you already know that CSS can be added in three ways. First is external CSS, so which we'll be using with a link, and we'll be creating a external file which will be having extension as .css, and then the internal CSS, and then the inline CSS. So let me show a demo. Okay, do this one. So I'll be explaining you the priority order of all that. So see, so I'm having one H1 and I'm having one paragraph here. So so this is the external style, external CSS. So I've created one external style sheet, and I'm adding all the CSS here. And this, if I'll add it in a style tag, then it is called as internal style sheet. But if I'll add inside the element itself, then it will called as inline CSS. Okay. So let's see the priority order of that. So let me comment that out. So right now I'm just I've given the H1 as blue color. Okay, so it's not important for now. Okay. So I've given H1 as blue color. So
Can you just explain the external CSS, its extension once again? People are having doubt regarding that.
okay. So external CSS basically the CSS which we are using externally. Like I've created one file here which is having extension as .css. So this we can call as external CSS. And for internal, we will be having a style tag, and we'll be adding all the CSS part here. And for inline, we'll be having it inside this tag itself. So I'll be using that. I'll be showing a demo for it. Okay, and so currently I'm using external, and I've given the H1 as color blue. So this is the text color. So the H1 will be having okay. So here the H1 will be having the text color as blue. Okay, now I'm just using internal CSS first. So okay, so now I have given it as red color. So so it changed to red. So it overrides the external CSS. That means internal CSS is overriding the external one. But now I'll be adding an inline CSS. Okay. So I'm using style, then color as, let's say, orange. So now in the output we can see even this one, this is inline. So inline is overriding the internal CSS. Okay. So one more thing. Okay. So this is the order basically. External CSS are of least priority, and then then there is internal CSS, and then there is the inline CSS. So now there is one thing we can do. We can just add important here. Okay. So now if we'll check the output, then it's again blue because we have given important here. But what if I'll give important here? If I'll give important in inline, then this important will override. Okay. Yeah, this important is overriding the external one. But if I'll give the important here, then what will happen? Then it will again overridden. So this will be in orange. So that's the priority order of using the of adding the CSS. Okay. So now we have a CSS box model. So this is for CSS content. So basically we have CSS content, then we have padding. After that we'll be having borders, and after that we'll be having the margin. So I'll be giving one example for that. Okay, let's say box model. So here, so for this I have one h2 tag. This is basically the just a heading and a explanation for that. So a div tag is there. So I've given the background color is light gray, and then I've set the width. Width is 300 pixel. Then I've given a border. Then I've given some paddings, and then I've given some margin. So we can check the order from here. First, there is the content, that is the width of the content. Then there's some padding. Then there's the border, and then we have the margin. Okay. So in this text, I've for this div, I've given a width as 300. Okay. Okay. Then border is 15 pixel. Then the padding is 50 pixel, and then there's the margin. So okay, so this is basically the order, and if I let's say if I want to find the width of this, so I can find it by I can just check from here, right? See. So the width is 300 pixels. So what will be the total width of this division? So the width is 300 pixels. So that is this one, and the padding is 50 pixels. That is, so we have padding in all four sides. So if I want to find the height of this whole container, so if the width is 300, then the padding is 50. So for 50, the 50 for the top and 50 for bottom. So 300 plus 50 and 50, that is 400 as of now. And then the border. The border is 15 pixel. So 15 pixel for top and 15 for bottom. So 400 plus 15 and 15, so 430. And then there's the margin, which is 20 pixels. So 430 and then 20 and 20. So 470 is the total width of this division. Okay. Okay, so this is about the CSS box model, and now there's styling, and let's have a 2 minutes break, and then I'll continue for styling part.
Till that time, if anyone has any doubt, they can drop in the chat box. I guess Chansey was having some doubt. It means I guess Sahib is clear that time. Still, Chansey, if you if it means if you want to add something. Okay.
More about this analysis.
Just that. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's I guess it's me. You take a little bit rest till the time. Sahib will take questions. I guess there were two questions from Kirti and another one was from I don't remember the name. So I will first ask Kirti. Gurtaran, do they have the permission to present?
Yeah, I can. I guess no. Just a second.
Just check and
Do they need unmute allow?
yeah, allow them to unmute also.
Okay. So
Okay.
who want to unmute first of all can.
Yeah, just write your names so that what's the meaning of cascading? Okay, yeah, Chansey will take this out. Ismet will cover this. Sahib, Kirti is present. Yeah, Kirti, you can present now and after it out, Sahib will take it out.
Kirti, you can speak now. Unmute yourself.
Okay, sir.
Kirti, you haven't started the presentation. Are you facing any problem? How can we share? Ahib?
Yes. Yes, Kirti, what was your doubt?
So this link is not working. Like if I click on it,
I think you have to share entire screen.
Kirti, we can't see your screen actually. It's just showing us a black screen.
Please share the full desktop screen.
Entire screen.
okay, so
Tell that Smith, you can reply to few queries answer the chat itself.
Yeah, there are some queries in chat. Say this. What is the meaning of cascading?
is it okay now?
Yeah, Kirti, your presentation got disconnected.
So this link is not working. This one.
Kirti, your
Is it
presentation
correct?
got Kirti, your presentation got disconnected. Can you just reshare? I guess you have clicked the stop presenting.
Okay. So is it visible now?
Yeah,
Yes,
yes.
just show me the in the website the tab, Chrome tab, or anything else, any browser that you are using.
This link is not working.
Just show me the website and the server one. Just show me the HTML file in Chrome or any other browser.
It's okay.
I guess someone is trying to answer. Kirti, can you just check the spelling? Some students are saying that you have misspelled the href tab. Just check the spelling.
Okay,
Maybe
okay.
it's good. Yeah, you have
Okay.
written HER.
Okay, sir. This was the problem.
Replace it with HER.
So your image
Yeah.
tag in the 10th line is not closed.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Any other doubt?
Any other doubt? Is there any other doubt? Or we should continue with this thing?
And so it's not working on the Chrome also. Like if I'll run it.
In the 10th line, you haven't closed the image tag. You have to close it.
So why is it showing it like your file could not be accessed?
I don't know why it is showing like this.
This error is coming. CR bug. This one.
Right, that's a error also, right?
I guess first we should continue the remaining
I don't
discussion.
know.
Yeah. I will also
All doubts can be entertained after the all session or after the quiz.
Yes, first of all, Kirti, do one thing. Just correct your image tag.
Yeah, at the anchor tag it's also showing some error, so look after that also.
Okay, sir.
Actually, you have written width is equals to 80 and then HEI. So I guess HEI doesn't.
You also have to specify what are the length or the units of the width that you are given the API.
And
You
also
give it 80
image
pixels.
tag. Image tag is not even closed, so I guess you have to close the image tag. And that's why that anchor tag is showing error. Okay, let's just continue with Ismeet. Okay, KK can stop presenting now. KK, can you hear me? This can't.
Smith, you can share the screen.
Ismeet, you can share it.
Okay, so coming to style part.
Ismeet, just reshare. Ismeet, just reshare because it's in print.
Okay, now is it visible? Okay, so coming to the style part, we can style the text and we can do the background styling as well. So first of all, styling the text. So we can change the text color like I have done. We can use the color name, the hex value, the RGB value. Hex is basically the hexadecimal value for the colors, and RGB value is basically the red, green, and blue content in that. So this all you can find at this website. You can use this website htmlcolorcodes.com, and you can find all the things here. Like if you want to select by like this color, so you can get the hex value from here and RGB value as well. So you can use this website to get the colors for the text for color values, and now the text alignment. So we can align the text either in left, right, or center, or it can be justified using the text align property. And then we have the text decoration, which we can use. It can be overline, underline, or line through. Then we have text spacing and text shadow. So I'll be showing one demo for you. So I have this 5 paragraphs, which I'll be styling. So for first paragraph, I have just aligned the text on the right. So yeah. Okay, so I've just aligned the text in the right, and okay, I'll be just running it in example. Just so see. So for the first paragraph, I have aligned it to right. So it is aligned right. Okay. So I can align it left as well, and we can align it in center, and we can use which all we want. Okay. So for the next paragraph, I'm just decorating the text. So I'll be just using the text decoration, which is overlined here. So you can see in the output. Okay, let me just refresh it. Okay, so see here. Here I've used an overline, so it's above the paragraph, above the text, and I've using the color as brown. I can change it to any colors, and then the style it is wavy, and then we can also define the thickness from here. So let's say if I'll remove the style, then it will just get the default one. So it will just see it's overline. So it's as the decoration as the thickness is 10 pixels. That's why it's showing like this, and this default is a line only. Okay, so I can just use it, do it here as underline. So okay, so this is P2. So this underline is here. So likewise, we can do the we can decorate the text here, and we can use a shortcut property as well, where we can give the text decoration, and then we can give the line type, then the color, then the type of the line we want, and then the thickness. And one more thing I want to discuss here is the text transform. So here I have given text transform as capitalized. So here, if I refresh it, it will change. See, so I've given here as underline as decoration. So it came in underline and the red color and double line and the thickness. So the text transform is capitalized. That's why the first alphabet is capital here. So I can change it to uppercase. So it will be converted into uppercase as well. And likewise, we can do it. So now the next one is text spacing. So for that we can just do some indentation. So we all know indentation, right? So we okay. So before paragraph, we will just give some indentations for the text. So here I've given the indentation as 20 pixels. So see, the paragraph is indented to 20 pixels, and then we can give just we can give for line, we can just give a line height, and the line height is basically, the line height is basically the height of whole text. See, here the line height is given as 10. So if I'll select it, we can see the height of this paragraph. But if I'll just increase it, and if I'll give it to 30, then it will just increase. See, you can see easily that it's increased now. So this is the work of the line height. Now letter spacing. So if I'll just letter spacing is the space between the letters. So here I have given 30 pixels. So for all the letters in the alphabet, the space between the letter is 30 pixels now. And then we have word spacing, which is 50 pixels. So between all the words. So here we have okay, I'm just removing this word. So now we can see it easily. So here we have two words. So one is paragraph and one is four. So between that, we have a space of 50 pixels. So this is all about the text spacing. After that, we have text shadow, which is basically the shadow of shadow for the text, which where we are defining horizontal, vertical, the blur, and the color, which we are using to give the shadow. So for that, I will just give one shadow first. So in the paragraph 5, you can see here we have a shadow, which is of okay. I'm just changing. Okay, so it is FF. So F is the full. So this is the maximum value for a color. So for this is the hex value basically. So this two thing is first two alphabets are for red, and then the next two is for green, and the last two is for blue. Okay. So if I've given FF as first two and rest are zero, then it will be red color. So here we have a red color shadow, which is blur up to 3 pixels. Now I'll just add one more shadow here. So this one will be blue color. Okay, because the last two alphabets signifies blue. So now if I'll just refresh it, we can see it's a bit purple, right? So first we have the this red shadow, and then we have this blue shadow. So that's how we can give a shadow to a text. So next we'll be having this backgrounds. So for backgrounds, we have background color, then we can give image as a background, then it can repeat, or we can change the positions of the background as well. So, so this is the example for that. So we have 3 paragraphs. Okay. So P1, which is having class P1, P2, and P3. So I have just styled those, and I'll just show you the demo ones. So for this first paragraph, we have background color as red.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so I think I have completed text. Yes.
Yeah. Text was complete.
Okay, so I was.
We were discussing about background position. You were telling us about that of P1, P2 paragraph.
Okay, so I was asking about what do you mean by opacity? So so can anyone guess? Okay, so opacity is basically lighten the color. So it's basically lightening the color. Okay, if I'll give the opacity as 0, then this paragraph, okay, so then this paragraph will vanish. Okay, if I'll give the opacity as 1, then it is the maximum opacity. So we will be seeing a clear what are the contents. Okay, so this can be written in another format, which is RGBA. So RGB is already known by us that R is for red and G is for green and B is for blue. So the maximum value for this is it can range between 0 to 255. So but here A is extra, so A is the value alpha. So alpha is basically the opacity, but here okay, so see, I've given the background as RGB, and I've given alpha as 0.5. Okay, so okay, let me just give 0.5 here as well. Now, if anyone if anyone can tell what's the difference between both. Yeah. Opaqueness. No, opaqueness is same for both, right? Opacity is 0.5 here only, and here the opacity, that is the alpha value, is 0.5 only. So what's the difference between the both? Let me show the output ones. Okay, so here. Okay, so basic difference is here the opacity is of the content also. So the content is also lighten a bit. You can see, right? And but here we have just changed the opacity of the background. So the paragraph which is written here, the paragraph 2, it's in original color, but this one is grayed a bit. Okay, so that's the difference. And now we can check about background images. That is, we can add the background image as URL and we can give the background image. I have the background image here as bg.png. So I'm just selecting both the classes P1 and P2, and then I've given a background image as bg.png here. So okay, so here also you can see the paragraph 1 is okay because of this opacity only. The paragraph 1 is grayed a bit. Okay, so background repeat. So this repeat will tell us if we can if the paragraph size is very much large, then we can repeat the background image as well, and the position. So here the position is left and top. Okay, if I will just so it will be in top left, and here the attachment is fixed. So that's why I'm will see the images are the as the background of the paragraphs. Okay. So next we'll be going to the pseudo classes. Okay, pseudo classes and display properties. So pseudo classes basically it defines the spatial state of an element. So just okay, so it can be used to style an element whether the a user mouses over it. Like if we hover a link, we can say, or we can style visited and unvisited links as well. So the pseudo class, we can use the pseudo class there. Okay, so let's see an example. So pseudo class. Okay, so here we have a link. I have given an Amazon link, and this link I'm styling it on the basis of like hover or using the pseudo classes. Okay, so this colon is used. The word written after the colon is used is called as a pseudo class. Okay, so link is signifies the unvisited link here. So if the link is unvisited, then the color will be red, and hover means when I'll just put the cursor over the link, then then I'm trying to change the color, and then there is active link. I've changed the color as blue, and then there is a visited link. Okay, so let's see what's the output here. Okay, so see, if the link is so right now the link is unvisited, so that's why okay, actually I think I've already visited this link. Let's change the link. Okay, so let's say okay, so it's a Google link now. So okay, so this is okay, so it's visited. Okay, just open it again. Hello. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So this is how we can use the pseudo class. We can like change the color of the links, or we can add more styles here, like underline or overline, or we can change the background colors as well for that. And now going to the next part, we have display properties. So we have basically two types of display mainly. One is the inline and another is the block display. So inline display is it displays inline, that is the side by side the content. If the display is set as inline, then the content of that particular element will be displayed side by side. Okay, and as the for block element, if there are multiple contents, then it will display them in a new line, each content in a single line. Okay, so for display, let's see an example. So we have one navigation bar. So this is the navigation bar. Okay. So where I have list items, some list items that are home, news, contact, and about. So right now I have just styled this navigation bar. I have just given some background colors, and I've given this list style type as none. So as it is an unordered list, so the default list style type is a circle. Okay, but I've given it as none, and then I've what I've given here is display as inline. So what this will do is this will just align the elements side by side. Okay, let me show you a demo for that. Okay, let's see. See. So here, as the display is in line, so all this list items are arranged side by side. Okay. So if I change it to block, then it will just change it. See. Okay, so you can see it is in single line. So that's the difference between inline and block. And the same is the difference between div and span. So div is the block element, whereas the span is an inline element. Okay, so so that's all from my side. And you can find more about the inline block and yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Today we are already late, so we'll be having queries after the quiz, I guess. Or let's give 3 to 4 minutes for the queries.
Okay, so Dev Verma is asking use of pseudo class active.
Pseudo class active. So it's basically used when the link active. So when we just when we just click the link, we can change the color. Then we can see the link is clicked. We can find out that the link is clicked once. So that's the use of active.
Just a second. Smith, can you please share that quiz link? Or I guess if anyone else is taking care of that quiz part. So till that, please share that quiz link and the code.
I guess wait. I guess Bhumika is with us for that part.
Yeah.
So Bhumika, are you there?
Yes.
Please share your screen.
You can share your screen.
Yeah.
And once the quiz link and their code is visible to everyone, then we can have queries for 4 to 5 minutes.
Okay, I would like to add some more things. First of all, that we are sorry, but actually CSS is this long. Actually, it's more longer, but this is what we can do in such a short period of time. And about the quiz, I hope that you give your best. And here is the link. Bhumika, can you drop the link, share the direct link in the chat box? Yeah, so here is the direct link. So we will wait. Everyone join over there, and then we will continue. We have 54 participants here, and we will start with that. It's currently 10:24. We will start at 10:30. Till the time, those who have joined the quiz, if you have any queries regarding CSS or HTML, you can drop them in the chat box. Smith and Sai will help you with that.
Quiz links are also shared in that WhatsApp group.
Infosys anytime entering one question. No. Gaurav, there is no such thing. You just have to answer that question within the specified time limit. That is either 20 seconds or 30 seconds. Okay, I would like everyone to share their view. Can we create? No. You will have to attend the quiz live, like when we are sharing the question. Okay. And I would like to request everyone to share their views on today's session, like rate them out of 10. As personally for me, today's session was very informative. You can rate out of 10. You can share your views. Yeah, Avantika, we are actually sorry for that. I guess it was a little like we were handling like our speaker was handling. I guess she was using multi-screen and sometimes we get wrong things, so that happens. Very sorry for that. Thank you a lot, Mika. We are closing around for Gurdaran, I guess it's 54 minutes, 14 and 5 would be of our own 14 members, right? So I guess we should start the quiz.
We can wait for 2-4 minutes more.
Okay, 2 to 4 minutes more. Okay. We will start at 9:30. Okay. Okay, now I can also say that since we all have done that HTML and CSS part, we can all try building some websites on your own, like static websites without JavaScript.
Yeah, people can start creating their own website, basic part of the HTML and the CSS, and can add the CSS JavaScript after the JavaScript session. So let's start with the quiz. I guess 53 are enough, and the time given to them are really good.
And let's just start. Bhumika, start the quiz.
Yeah, but just a second, please. Unshare your screen. Start answering all the questions, Bhumika, and just share the screen when you're on the leaderboard.
Basically, just change your tab while your question is running, and only show the question tab. You got it?
Stop presenting, Bhumika. Stop presenting. Stop sharing. Start the quiz. Answer all the questions, and
Yes.
yeah, then reshare, opening the leaderboard.
Yeah. Okay. Starting the quiz.
Okay. All the best, guys.
Thank you. Great. Bhumika, please share the screen if you have done all the questions.
No, some of the questions are left. I'll be sharing it within some seconds.
You don't need to solve, just go ahead with any of the options.
Yeah.
Please. Are everyone done with the? No, I guess everyone is not done with the quiz.
Yeah. Today I got 8 correct, 2 wrong answers. I'm on second.
Okay, so first of all, congratulations, Aman, for acing the leaderboard. Aman, are you here with us? Kudaran, I guess everyone has the permission to speak, right?
No, just a second.
Yeah, just
Let me turn on for everyone.
yeah, turn it on for everyone.
Yeah, now anyone can unmute yourself.
Yeah, Aman, are you there?
Hello, hi, yes, I'm here.
Yeah, Aman, congratulations, Aman, for acing the leaderboard.
Thank you,
After
thank
that,
you.
we come to Gutaran. Gutaran is here. He's the leaderboard first time. And then Shivangi. Shivangi, you there? Okay, Shivangi. Okay. And for the rest, all it was also nice. I guess after on the third, fourth, fifth, sixth position, it's very close. Like 7,300, 7,500, 7,440, 540.
Yeah,
It's very close. So it's nice, actually nice. I guess it's just a fraction of seconds between three things. I was on 52nd yesterday, and today I'm on 4th. Nice one, Akshika. Congratulations on such a big improvement. Maybe tomorrow you will be on the first.
Yeah.
All the best for that.
Yeah. Now, if anyone has any sort of questions for the yesterday HTML part or today CSS session.
Also, Sahib and Ismit, if you want to add something today, you can also contribute.
Yeah, officially the session is over, and everyone is requested to join the tomorrow session again because JavaScript will be the main important part.
Yeah. Okay, we are having some changes in the leaderboard. Okay, Kshitij, you will get that in your WhatsApp. Don't worry about that. You are in the group, right?
Anurag came on second.
Yeah. So Anurag, please. Anurag. I guess he has done the question a little more faster. He's actually 1K ahead. So Anurag, can you please unmute yourself? Anurag?